there are some things that make me, you could say, mad. One of them is China's BS diplomacy and their propaganda when it's blatantly obvious that it's just all upside down and a lot of it is a lie, a spin, a porky pie. Take a look at this video first of all, and then we can delve into what's happening in China right now related to their lifting of the travel ban, which is going to start on Monday, the 8th of January. Today is Saturday.
Saudara-saudara, inilah TKA Cina yang baru masuk ke Indonesia di malam hari. Mereka masuk ke Indonesia. Mau cari apa mereka? Apakah mereka mau cari kerja? Sementara kita di sini susah. Ini TKA Cina yang baru turun, yang masuk ke Indonesia.
Now, if I get any of this wrong, I do apologize, but this is just what is happening, basically. So, on Monday, the 8th of January 2023, the restrictions for people coming into China is going to be lifted. You don't need to do quarantine. You can go and visit China. Woohoo! Fantastic, excellent, joining the world. But you will need a 48-hour COVID pass, like the anti-something gen, a PCR test and a negative to get into the country. Now, at the same time, Chinese people will be allowed to go to different countries. And some countries like America, Australia, France and England, if you do go, you've got to show proof of this and there will be random tests. Very wise indeed, basically because there's a high number of COVID cases in China. Simple, yeah? But the Chinese government is actually complaining that they shouldn't need to have a 48-hour test, which doesn't make sense. If other countries do to go into your country, why do there? Vice versa. Chinese diplomacy. And these four clowns, basically, three of them from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the other one is the dictator Xi Jinping, actually saying, this is fine. Why are you doing this? Yep, we've suffered for years. The West has been through COVID as well. COVID comes from China, but not grudging aside, etc. This is not the Chinese people. This is the Chinese government, and it sucks. And they will employ people like this to say everything is fine.
And everyone is out to celebrate. The life is just super normal. Right now I'm in Nanjing City, one of the largest cities in China and the capital of Jiangsu province.
I lived in China for over 12 years, and all I see is success, happiness, and freedom.
Things you won't see on the Western media. They won't show you the truth. They won't show you the right image of China.
But let me ask you, how much do you know about the current situation? With Christmas already past, Chinese people happily celebrating the New Year. You might think life is abnormal, but actually life was normal and still normal. Transportation, hospitals, and shopping malls are open as usual. Cities are lively, filled with lights and joy, and people are everywhere, getting ready to celebrate with their families and friends. And beautiful decorations are everywhere to welcome the Chinese New Year.
Behind this happy and peaceful scene, it is the result of China's 3 years of painstaking preservance. The fact that China could last for 3 years and fight against this pandemic, it's very amazing. Finally, I want to tell people that don't be afraid or depressed of temporary difficulties. As long as you...
I really don't know who this clown is, and to be honest, I don't really care. But let's play the audio of him again and lap it over what's happening in the hospitals in China, which he doesn't seem to show too much about when everything is fine.
This is the life in China. As you see, the new year is coming. and everyone is out to celebrate. The life is just super normal. Right now, I'm in Nanjing City, one of the largest cities in China, and the capital of Jiangsu province.
I lived in China for over 12 years, and all I see is success, happiness, and freedom.
Things you won't see on the Western media.
The Chinese government, the CCP or the CPC, control absolutely everything, even Chinese state media. So it would be very difficult for you to find images like this. You can find them on Twitter, you can find them on Chinese media, on social media, but they will be deleted very quickly and they would possibly employ or encourage nationalists to show some old pictures of hospitals and say, oh, everything, bunny rabbit ears is fine. And definitely you wouldn't find a Chinese doctor or a Chinese nurse saying anything bad of the situation on the ground, boots on the ground.
家人们，你们知道医院现在是个什么情况吗？4个字，一床难求。我们科叫综合 ICU， 我觉得可以改名了，应该叫呼吸 ICU。我跟你们说，昨天我下班的时候呢，在电梯遇到一个大叔，他说：“哎呀，我家老婆子明明是内科病人，给我收到了外科病房。”我说：“大叔啊，你知道现在是个什么情况吗？收到外科病房都已经很幸运了。”我毫不夸张地说，就算你是个男病人，给你收到了妇产科。
It may be a government official acting as a normal citizen, again saying, it's all good. What are you worried about?
2 weeks since China further optimizes COVID-19 response strategy with the so-called 10U measures, and China's capital Beijing is now grappling with a surge of new infection cases. Today we're going to run by a few grassroots medical facilities to see how a city of over 20 million people is coping with the new reality.
But they can be very sloppy indeed. Look at the date here, 12/30/2022, near enough before the new year. Again, sloppy, especially when it was posted only today on the 7th of January, which is like 8-9 days later. Fantastic. Now, if you are still here over my rants and sarcastic rave, do watch this video, and this is the evidence. This is real evidence of the propaganda machine saying that the Chinese government or Chinese officials are caring, taking lots of photographs, but just watch what the gentleman does at the end of this 45-second clip. What about the citizens of China? Well, I can imagine they are very quiet about it. I'm sure they are very happy that the travel ban has lifted, and they can possibly understand that, yes, we will have to do some tests or random tests if we arrive in a foreign country because of the situation. It's been happening for years, near enough for 3 years, near enough. Lots of restrictions have been lifted, and people in the West, so to speak, have just gone back to normal near enough. And the World Health Organization is saying that the pandemic is going to be an epidemic from April, I do believe. But World Health Organization, that's a story for another day. Here is a video from a citizen or netizen in China showing you what the streets are like. And this one, yeah, I can believe. This propaganda, I think it's just someone showing you that it may be a bit better, but it is still quiet and you can go about your business, and people are just coming to the assumption that they may catch COVID like a lot of people have in the world, but it's only a cough and a cold and it will disappear. Thank you so much for your time. Again, a little bit of a rant and a rave. The normal courtesy measures, please do like, please do subscribe, please do share. Lots of new subscribers, thank you so much. Over 450 in the last week. Wow. Again, thank you. And to all the members of the channel, the executive committee, and to the people who do support me on Super Thanks and on Patreon as well. God bless to everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye for now.